trouble with primitives in any art form, painting, poetry, or music, is that they come a dime a dozen. You can trip over them in the streets. Anyone can present himself as a primitive when they might be quite simply untalented, or just lazy, or money-minded, or
Speaking of untalented...
Oh, yeah!
Welcome to the LeafCast, a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series A Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. I am Ryan, and I am currently... bored.
Ryan, let me spice that up. And I am Ryan's brother Dan, and I dream about swords all the time. Ryan said, I suppose I dreamed about a sword the last few nights.
How is that for you?
I dream about flaming swords all the time, Ryan.
Dan, you rarely admit personal shit on this show. That's pretty impressive.
We are the Way of the Leaf, and this is the LeafCast. Welcome, everyone.
Yes, and we are talking about chapters 5 through 7 of The Dragon Reborn, and it is getting hot and heavy.
Look at me. I'm in shorts.
Whoa, wait, are those... Okay, phew, I thought you were pantsless.
No, I got shorts. I got a beach hat because Ryan, I took a little vacation.
Oh, okay. Yes. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so it was at the beach. Are we seeing this right now?
What? Nope.
Okay, I don't. What button do I push to?
Boom!
There we go. I was at the beach, and it was the way the Leaf Beach. This sign is always there. It's weird. And so, as a result, I am now a surf bum. I now shred the gnar. I rip the curl. I tube the tubes.
Okay.
I search for the epic. I have when I kiss my wife, salt water comes out my nose sometimes now. I am true blue, baby.
Are you watertight?
I am waterlogged. I weigh about 30 more pounds, right? All muscle and water.
And all beefcake.
All beefcake. Yep.
Amazing. Dan,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Yeah.
welcome to the personal life of Brother Dan.
Yeah, look at me, right?
Look at me.
Hey yo.
All right, but we're not here to talk about jive. We're not here to shuffle. We're just here to do the first reader shuffle. Truffle shuffle.
Go on.
No, please. Let's hustle. Over the bustle.
It seems like you got yourself in a kerfluffle.
Hey, Ryan. Where can I find the John Updike section?
Are you kidding me? I'm trying to finish this.
And they lived happily ever
After! There you go. All
I
right.
just finished. Let's do
Once
this.
again. Oh, Josh was so enthralled by that last chapter. He's frozen in time.
He's like, I will not stop. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, my good friend, my favorite humans. Hello, people.
Hello. Awesome to see everybody.
Anybody else go on vacation?
I did.
Hello.
Oh, what are you drinking, Josh? You actually had a shot ready.
Ooh.
All right,
beer ready.
Yeah, I went to the Russian River.
Oh, would you join a
Yeah, that's awkward.
Yeah,
You mean
I
Edward
went to-
Snowden, or do you have
Yeah.
waffles with Snowden, bro?
Yeah, I went to the Bohemian
waffles
Grove.
with
man.
Snowden?
No. I hung out with Snowden at Bohemian Grove.
Tell me more. Like, did he have a car?
Did
The head of Nixon's there.
I'd
I love this place.
watch a podcast called Waffles with Snowden.
I would too.
I'm working
Trademark.
on it.
I would buy an album called that.
Every day he just makes waffles and talks about how we are all under oppression and surveillance. Anyways, go on. I love it.
Yep.
And then he just eats it slowly.
You know I did the
silently.
right thing, right? Do you want more syrup?
He did different toppings each week, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
These blueberries are from Washington, D.C. They taste like oppression.
It's gonna be a
Hey, Sadai, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Wait,
Trying to
what?
catch my breath.
Yeah, way to walk up like a waitress with a mouthful of food. Like,
You good? You good? Okay.
Yep.
Funny stuff.
Funny stuff.
Really believable.
True.
Wait.
My face
I mean-
is all red. I'm like,
One of us on this screen, at least one of us on this screen, has been a waiter or waitress in their lives. I will allow
I
them
have. I was a waiter.
Nope.
Yes.
to. Awesome. 2 out of 5. You guys are heroes.
For
Frontline
24
workers.
hours a day, we're open. Come in for waffles with Snowden.
That doesn't rhyme.
Open and Snowden?
Nope, not even close.
It's a forced rhyme.
You gotta work on that jingle.
Sloping. Come
yeah.
in. The pancakes be sloping. All right.
Workshop that.
I'll figure it
Gotta
out.
workshop that.
Snowden. Your butt will be loaded.
Oh no, he's just okay. All right, wait, so chapter 5.
Chapter 5.
Let's
Chapter
dive right
5.
into it, Dan.
We have the trolley kid that is the fight the power. Every time I see this, I'm like, Elvis was a hero to most.
Yeah. Fight them.
And this leads off from the last chapter that was Shadow Sleeping, where Perrin is woken up saying, essentially, the Twisted Ones come, brother. He wakes up, he's like, oh, I know what that means. I'm part wolf. That means bad stuff. He goes out of his tent, and with his awesome vision, he sees Trollocs creeping everywhere. They're creeping in there. Creeping. But right then, Lan pops out as well. And then we just have pretty much a mad battle. And I'll let you guys go ahead and tell me your impressions of this attack that happens in the middle of the night.
I thought it was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
You know, just jumping into action. Kind of the first big action sequence of the book, it seems like.
Yeah.
And
Todd,
everybody's battling.
You like to bring up
Everybody.
how cinematic Robert Jordan's writing is when the trees are blowing up and it's just creating like light and shadow all over the place. Like that is a really cinematic event.
And also how he describes just like what the Myrddraals are doing, or the half-men, and how they're like jumping off roofs, and they're like, their cloaks like kind of leave a tracer, you know?
Yeah, they're all slow-mo.
And, yeah. It's very cinematic. The show will have a field day with that. But it's great, you know. The whole gang's battling. You know, you got Loyal. He's got like a fence post that he's swinging.
Yep.
I think Min's in on the action. Land's taken out, you know, and Moraine's like got fireballs. And Perrin's like half wolf.
Or 70-30.
Yeah, he's like 70-30 at this point. I thought,
Full wolf.
it's just a great scene.
Well, there is this Leia component where
yeah.
Perrin is bound and determined to prove Min's viewing to be wrong, and he's like, Leia, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Did anyone else notice that they were more or less fighting naked?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with the small clothes on.
No, not
Yep.
at all. It says, many of them came out of their huts garbed for sleep, which for most meant not at all.
Ooh, that's right.
All right. Well, we should drink to that. All right.
Naked battling.
woohoo!
Their swords were swinging, if you catch my drift.
Hey, quarterstaff action.
There's gonna be a lot of
Longbows.
well-turned-
I see your
A lot
sword
of
is as big as
well-turned
They were
mine.
playing swords in the potty with each other.
That's amazing.
Those Shinarians.
So Perrin with very low clothes. He doesn't have shoes. His feet get all scratched up at the end, all bruised. He ends up taking out 2 Trollocs and a Myrddraal
That we know of.
right off the bat. But Leia. So, what do we think about Leia's decision to,
Dumb.
to attach onto the legs of the Myrddraal?
It reminds me of Jeff Van
She tries
Gundy
to help
trying to
him out,
stop
though.
that fight.
She does try to help him. Yeah, Todd's right. She tries.
Her weapon was
Tries to
herself.
help her. Ooh, that's
Holding onto his feet. I don't know what she could do, but
It really was the most pointless of deaths.
felt pretty pointless.
Unless
But
it's
whatever.
prophecy.
Perrin I mean, Perrin was about to be chopped down like the third leg of the tripod, right? When she did it. I mean,
Oh yeah, she
Would he-
saved his life. I mean,
For sure.
Well,
she's a
does
hero.
she?
She's a hero. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought she did.
It gave
Well, it says
Perrin
that
time to-
so it says she moved, throwing herself forward, attempting to wrap her arms around the Myrddraal's legs. It gave an almost casual backward swing of his dark sword, never
Not
even
even
looking
looking
around,
around.
and she crumpled. Tears stared at the corner of Perrin's eyes,
Yeah.
but so long as the Myrddraal stared at him with his eyelids glazed, it was an effort even to think.
but that's how.
And then the wolves come.
That's how
Yeah.
she saved him, though. Was she was the impetus for him to actually fight the battle, right? I mean,
Yep.
Perrin's kind of a peaceful, twice-thinking gentleman who, wants to throw his axe every time he comes to a lake because he doesn't want to fight, right?
Mhm.
But now he has an impetus. She's sort of like the spur in the spoke that, drives him on to the battle.
yeah.
And I mean, and this is a battle he's been having for a while. The philosophy of the way of the leaf, dun, 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 and his whole personification of violence through the axe. He's had an issue with this for a while, and every time he sees a tink, as Todd calls him, he somehow needs to start arguing and
Yeah, he has-
you're at the Christmas table and he's just like, God, why won't you fight? And you're like, everyone's like, stop talking politics, Baron. He's like, God damn it, guys, they're gonna kill you. And he's like, he just gets annoying around them every time it seems. But yeah, so then when she goes down, it's more than just him watching a woman die. It's like it's so much of his kind of identity has been in opposition to her whole life, and that was all kind of playing out there because there's that moment after he kills a Trolloc and they make eye contact and he goes, don't you blame Dart, and he goes, don't you judge me, or right, he has that he yells at her all crazy.
Well, this is interesting.
That's
to your
right.
point, Ryan, this is all from Perrin's point of view. So he sees, quote, she was watching him with such a look on her face that he could barely meet her eyes. Don't pity me, he growled at her. Don't you? This is how he was interpreting this look. It also said that when she came out, she had a look on her face that was I can't. I don't see it right now.
All right. Well, actually, this is a great question, Matt Stagger. I want to ask all the first-time readers get a shot at this. Was it Leia's choice, or was it the pattern forcing her to save him?
Ooh, nice.
I'm going with the pattern.
Yeah, I'm going with the pattern as well because because of Min's prophecy. I guess I'll. Yeah.
I don't know.
Good question.
What do you
I think
think, Todd?
it's a little bit of both, I think.
A little bit of both. Oh, you like Coke and Pepsi, huh?
I mix them together.
Pop
So I was
out.
like, I don't know. I love them both.
Choose both.
Yeah, you gotta. Choose a side, bro. This is.
Well, she
I'm kidding.
isn't as wound tight to the pattern as Perrin, and I don't know, right?
Well, I mean, that's
Did you hear that?
we don't know. I mean, that's up for debate. I think as so far as we know it in the books. That's a very great question,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I just want to add, have we seen, if we go back to what the Tinkers say they do in the face of violence, what do they say they do historically? They run.
They run away, yeah.
They run away. So for her to even, if she tripped the Murdral and the Murdral, skins his knee or her knee, I don't know what they are, their knee, that's doing violence, and she's breaking her Tink code.
Tink code is broken.
Well, and he even seems angry at her in death. It says, blood covered her face, and her eyes stared up at him, glazed with death. An accusing stare, it seemed to him. I tried, he told her. I tried to save you. Her stare did not change. What else could I have done? It would have killed you if I hadn't killed it.
Which is a weird thing to say, given that she's dead.
Yes. Yes. He still has this. He's addressing her philosophy, I think, instead of her.
Yeah. That's why this is it's a subtly good chapter. Now, Flamingo Sedai breaks in and to Todd's point says, the pattern put her there, in a way, definitely a little of both, which I think is quite a good point there, Flamingo.
We don't know why or how the mechanisms is that she was attracted to the mountain to look for Moraine. We just know that she knew that she would find someone to take her there.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really been explained to this point at all. But Moraine seemed to know that they were coming and said, all right, go down the mountain. You're going to meet someone. Bring him back here. So I wonder if that's part of the pattern, if they're both just reading the pattern.
Well, I mean, again, if they are archetypes and they're being driven to archetypical behavior, then maybe these things are all just elements that push that along, along the way. That's what I meant about it being the spur that drives him into battle. Is he very easily could have pulled back from the battle and been like, oh, this isn't my fight, or gone with the wolves and killed the half ones, but
So when you say archetype, are you saying are you including archetype as
Luce Theron? Luce Theron is an archetype. Presumably, other members of his party are an archetype, right? They're these repeating forms that are expressed by the turning of the wheel, that participate in different historic events that drive the turning of the wheel along, right? So, I mean, that's my interpretation of it, anyways. So I think in order for Perrin to fulfill his archetypical duty, he does have to participate in this fight. He has to fight for the Dragon Reborn. He has to, question potentially the philosophy of peace so that he can come to terms with his own desire to act in opposite of his feelings, right? So whether that's the pattern or whether that is the expression of the archetype, I think they're kind of one and the same.
Do you feel like if he didn't jump in this battle, he would somehow, somewhere have to narratively follow this archetypal pattern? Or is this there's no way he would not have jumped in and gone half wolf?
Well, I think that's still the question about free will and whether they have it or not. But again, I mean, if you trust
seems like there's some wiggle room. When you say archetype, it feels like there's wiggle room, and maybe choice.
Archetype in the sense of it's not a person whose name they're fulfilling, but like the Christ or the lone wolf, right? These are archetypes of stories, which is what we're reading, that have a particular role to fulfill. Yeah, and they may act within the moment contrary to that archetype or in a way that doesn't make sense at first, but that is all part of fulfilling it.
Right.
Oh, okay, wow. Yeah, I've been reading The Way of the Peaceful Puppet, and I think you're really onto something there.
Tropes, baby.
Tropes.
Well, speaking of tropes, so Perrin goes wolf mode. he's like, yeah,
Hamstring
fuck yeah,
himself.
I'm young bull now. He calls the Fade. He's like, Fade? No, fuck that. Neverborn. That's what we wolves call
Yeah.
you. Hamstring and throat.
Yeah, he
That's
wants to-
how I kill you. Boom, boom, head.
Yeah, he
It
wanted to
says, "I
throw
like
his
that."
axe down, right? At
Yeah.
certain points and just use his teeth. He's like, fuck it.
Well, I mean, so before I get into, I want to jump on that point. Let's say hi to Science with Caldondo. What's up, as
Hey, wow, I've never seen you.
Welcome.
Welcome.
TAVERN have wiggle room, but the choices are limited. Okay,
Choices.
so yeah,
Exactly.
that kind of goes if you substitute TAVERN with, I guess, archetype. That actually fits. And then we have Dale Henriksen. We haven't seen this guy in a while. Send in Billy Zane. He can solve the question.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
I can solve it.
Just his face.
Well,
his face
it
alone
will-
could solve it.
And if we're
Billy
talking
Zane
about
can solve
Destiny,
it.
it seems that Min in this chapter, or in the next chapter, I guess we can talk about her when she comes up, but she is full on, I have no choice in the matter. She is absolutely tied into the vision that she has seen for her own future, which has got to be a weird fucking thing.
Yes.
Most people do not see the man that they're supposed to marry like that.
Have we had any evidence of Min having a vision about herself prior to this point in the books?
I don't remember her mentioning anything specific about herself until this point.
I mean, her falling in love with Rand, right?
Good.
Like, how
Yeah,
much
that's
of
like
that was
the first
vision
one.
versus
Correct. Correct.
perception?
But Perrin goes all full wolf. Like Todd said, he wants to just drop his axe and run on all fours and just kill him with his teeth. I just want to fucking... Loyal is using a quarterstaff the size of a fence rail, and he's taken out.
Well, here's a question. Like, I mean, like, let's just put it out there. Do you think he runs there? We don't see a lot of the battle. Basically, it becomes a little fog of war. What are the chances he just sank his teeth into somebody? Seriously.
Like a Shinerian?
No, like a Trolloc or whatever. He just in battle, just like what are the chances? He comes back and he is so shaken up, and he's like, I was too close. I could never get that close. Like,
right? Yeah, he says
you
that.
know, I like to think that he had a fucking American Werewolf in London, like mouthful of blood, and he's like standing there, and Lan looks at him. He's like, "You fought hard," and it's just like one of the craziest moments as he's just breathing heavy and his loincloth's covered in blood, but you can totally tell that he bit somebody.
Well, here's the line that may or may not support your theory, Ryan. Quote, there was no honor in the way they fought, no glory, no mercy.
Oh, yeah.
They had not come for battle, but to kill. Young Bull joined one of the small packs, the blade of his axe serving for teeth.
Yeah.
They fucked shit up.
Now, when they say they, is his parents included?
Well, I wonder.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I wonder if there's a little hidden. So one thing I've been kind of curious about is like, we know that the Wolf Brothers and whatever that is that connects the humans and the wolves lies outside of the turning of the wheel, or like at least outside of Sidon. And
Correct.
Yeah, it's older. It's like an older power.
Older and lower level, right? So how, like,
Lower
the
level.
wolves not paying attention to the greater battle, I feel like it's sort of a hidden referent to like that this thing doesn't, that what they are doesn't follow the turning of the wheel, isn't beholden unto the same destiny as the TAVERN, but instead have these sort of like moments of nowness that are, you know, their battle, both within the turning of the wheel and like within the story itself. And it makes sense, right? They aren't participants in the mythology they're wolves, right? They have a different perception of the world than humans do, and presumably so did the Wolf Brothers. But it made me wonder, in addition to that, like, is the archetype of Perrin the third wheel, so to speak, of this trio, the third leg of the tripod? Is his wolf brotherness a part of what makes him TAVERN, or is it something separate and different from this turning of the wheel? And I don't know that we can ever find that out, but
that's a very good question. We have we've met one wolf brother, Elias Mentura,
which he mentions again in this chapter. Yeah,
correct. Yeah. So I guess the question would be: is Elias TAVERN?
Ooh,
I mean,
and if he is, then it may be something. It may be that all wolf brothers are TAVERN, but not all TAVERN are wolf brothers.
Well,
like that all Sentras are Nissans, but not all Nissans are Sentras.
But I mean, we've met another wolf brother, correct?
Not yet.
I don't think he is TAVERN. I mean,
not yet.
Okay.
But then again, he does meet a character and leads him on this journey of self-discovery. So how do you tell what's destiny and what? I mean, it's all a part of the story that Loliol or whoever it is telling us this is telling us. So.
No, I'm not arguing with you at all. I'm just clarifying. Yeah, that's a good point. He very well, he's the one who kind of guides Perrin and kind of saves Perrin and Egwene a bit.
Who, Elias? Yeah.
Elias, correct.
And Elias has more power than Perrin. He could control his degree of wolfdom. he could like come in and out of being a wolf. I don't know. That was pretty interesting. That was kind of like revealed in this chapter, I think, somewhere.
I think they called him Longtooth because he has a big wee. A big pee-pee.
A big canine.
Yeah.
A big dog. All right, so Perrin just tears through. He's decapitating Myrddraals. He's tearing through Trollocs like there's no glory. Boom, boom, boom. Young Bull threw back his head and howls with Morning Mist when she mourns her dead. And Min's like, "What the? Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And Lan, quote,
"Oh yeah,
you fought well, blacksmith," Lan said. The warder raised his still bloody sword above his head. Tyshar Manetheren, Tyshar Andor. True blood of Manetheren, true blood of Andor. The Shinarians still standing, so few, lifted their blades and joined him. Tyshar Manetheren, Tyshar Andor. Loyal nodded. TAVERN. We got a drink.
I love
it. I was setting it up. That's one of our drinking games now. Every time he fucking says drink.
Speaking of that, Joe wants to know, Longtooth. Well, what's your wolf name then, Dan?
Oh, remember we had wolf names.
Oh yeah, I was
Gravel?
No, that was Gravel. I was Traveler.
Traveler, yeah, something.
I think
I was King Pimp.
You were King Pimp.
King Pimp,
oh,
Daddy.
No. Anastasia comes in. Elias is a furry, maybe.
I would assume so. King Pimp. Ryan, right now with that striped suit on, you look like a serial killer who kills serial killers.
Thank you. Thank you. A veritable Dexter, maybe?
Dexter.
You are, yeah.
I like to think that I judge serial killers like work and say, God, man, that messy, do it better.
You're like,
yeah, you torture a little harder over there. What are you doing? You call yourself a serial killer?
You're like,
Ryan,
out of bounds.
Tyshar, baby.
Tyshar death?
Massimo is like fuck yeah, even the wolves came for the Lord Dragon. Oh, everyone who is with the light comes through the dragon, even the wolves. Only dark friends will ever hate him. He's the best. And there were let's keep in mind there were quote scores of wolves coming into this bowl area and the ring of trees, fire trees, and 50, 60 maybe wolves are coming into this area, just taking down Trollocs. Hell yeah!
Even Moraine gives a heads up to the wolves. She was like, without the wolves, whether they were here, I don't know why they were here, but they totally turned the tide of the battle.
That man's got nards.
Quote, most of the wolves who were hurt made their own way to the forest, Maureen said, knuckling her back and stretching, but I healed those I could find.
No! God, please, no! No!
Perrin gave her a sharp look, yet she seemed to be just making conversation. Perhaps they came for their own reasons, yet we would likely all be dead without them.
I gotta admit, I'm gonna have a hard time watching wolves get hurt in the show. Right? They're gonna be battling, and they have to. There's got to be, some scenes that I'm not gonna be wanting to watch, man.
Well, let's be honest. Rand being a shepherd, he's probably, and he's got his bow. He's probably taken out a good dozen wolves on his own, man.
A dozen?
2?
Wait, who?
Be sure to smash our like button and.
There's a touching moment where Uno's like, well, flamin', we're going to at least have some flamin' wolf skins to keep our injured warm. And Perrin erupts. He says, no! God, no! Do it right. No!
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 That's the way.
Wrong. Okay, that works.
Did anyone notice that, before we get too far from it, at the beginning of the chapter, the moon is bathing the clouds in pure pale white when we see clearly before this battle haze sets in that Ryan was describing, and then during the scene that we're in right now, where Perrin howls like the wolf, instead the moon itself is shrouded by the clouds. Right? So we have this like metaphorical clouding going on of the source of knowledge and light that is in the scene. As we get to the parts of the chapter where we're kind of like, is this a truthful narrator? Like, can we trust what's happening here? Is this the heat of battle? Like, is he a human being anymore? Right? Like even the environment itself reflects that uncertainty.
Nice pull, Josh. Awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
Very well done.
He likes to bookend chapters, I'm learning.
Oh wow. Yeah, well done, man. Yeah, he fucking throws back his head. Imagine seeing just someone, a dude just howling.
Again, in my headcanon, his mouth is completely rimmed with another human's flesh and blood.
I would love to see that.
Human or Trolloc?
Trolloc. Trolloc can fade.
You're right. He might have been confused.
He might have got a Shinerian.
You got in his way. He might have got some hammock. No, just kidding. No. Trolloc or Murdral.
So the battle's over. Does anyone want to mention anything about the battle before he goes and talks to Rand? KK.
No, it was an epic battle. It was amazing. I think everything that the guys are talking about is pretty much everything that I wrote down in my notes. and more so, obviously Josh goes way deep into it that I have nothing about in my notes. Some of which I'll have to clarify with you maybe later, Josh. But yeah, really cool stuff. I'm enthralled by the story. I'm really excited about it. I just don't have a whole lot else to add at this point.
Wait, I did have a question for Josh. So are you saying that the narrative goes out of Perrin's point of view in that instance where they talk about the moon?
No. I think it's still in Perrin's point of view. I mean, well, we do kind of leave his point of view into the view of the wolves, kind of surreptitiously, right? But
interesting. Yeah. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, because he's kind of Google Earthing over the wolves with his mind.
That's right. They're at least learning who's dead and who's, what their scenes are that are going on elsewhere. I mean, part of that is, like you said, the cinematic kind of nature of the storytelling, but for a first-person narrative, it's kind of hard to get the snapshots of other things unless you have some supernatural mechanism.
Very, very true. Very true. Cool.
Yeah,
so
and I guess, we saw Maureen kind of like battling with the switch now, which is kind of a new thing.
Yeah,
one switch, like little like little whips of fire, and then like with her other hand blasting fireballs.
Now, Nynaeve used to rule her village as a village wisdom with a switch.
Like,
maybe, she would have just accidentally set fire to a Conger kid.
Whoops.
God,
I can heal.
Yeah. Gross. Gross.
All right, well, Brother Dan, let's. I say we have two choices. We can take a break, or we could jump into pronounce this for chapter 6, then take a break, and then jump into chapter 6. What do you think?
Well, let's finish up chapter 5. We're almost done with chapter 5.
My goodness.
Oh, yeah,
we're not done quite. So they talked to Rand. Rand is all bummed.
Right.
Rand's emo, sitting outside, leaning against a tree. He apparently set fire to all those trees that we saw aflame, but he couldn't do shit. He didn't do anything. And Perrin probably didn't help by saying, quote, we didn't need you.
The least helpful fucking
Well, the trees may have helped. Burning the trees may have, big old torches.
We didn't need you.
Yeah, we didn't need you. We handled it.
We learned
Rand
too that Min has a new vision around Perrin as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or, he interprets her look as her having a vision about him, but I guess we don't know that quite yet.
Right. So she does give him a look, and then we learn later what that look was about. But in the meantime, Moraine is coming around healing everyone. Heal. You're healed. You're healed.
Yeah.
You're healed. In the name of you are healed. Hey! You are healed.
No, miss.
And actually, here's one thing. Before one thing I did want to mention is it's an interesting description here when the Myrddraal hops on down.
Yes.
Boom. It smelled like death, it says. Cold seeped through Perrin's arms and legs as the Myrddraal stared at him. His chest felt like a lump of ice. We've talked about cold, the effect of cold, people feeling cold before. But that's generally associated with channeling as we've known it. Right? Or is there, do you guys...
Doesn't Rand experience it when he's walking through the castle and he's feeling watched from the shadows?
Maybe.
The beginning of book 2, I'm pretty sure. As he's thinking about slipping out the back gate.
He has icy shivers.
He's feeling like there's cold eyes on him.
Well, he definitely has that. Rand has experienced the tickling on his neck. Right, I remember distinctly. He has like, and we've made jokes about Rand having like neck powers.
Yeah, does Rand get shivers when he's walking on the road with Tam?
Yes, his nectar goes, and that's how he knows to turn around.
And he gets all cold. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, awesome.
Talk about
he's had several nectar. Nectar. All right.
So she's healing everyone. Perrin had got bit in the shoulder by a Trolloc who had dull goat teeth.
Oh, yummy.
They weren't all sharp. They were dull, but it sure did mess up his shoulder. And he got cut across the back.
Myrddraal, right?
No, the Myrddraal, I think he would have been dying. It was the Trolloc, right. The first Trolloc that came to him.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we learned the name too of that, whatever that magic is. The Thakandar. Oh, right. The swords being wrought in Thakandar. Those are cursed.
Oh, man. I should have done that too as part of the pronunciation. I blew that.
The rock
Thakandar.
In Shire. That's a cool part, actually. When it's talking about Lan, where his blade beats, the blade of the Myrddraal. That's such a cool part. It's like ancient Aes Sedai made steel, meaning black steel rod in Thakandar, the shadow of Shire.
Yeah.
That's so fucking awesome.
Wait, describe Lan's sword again for me.
So his is ancient Aes Sedai made steel.
Okay. So that yeah,
he's got one of those
Heron blade, right? Or something like that.
It's not Heron, but it is ancient.
Right.
And that's probably all I can say. I think it's stronger than other blades. Let's say that too.
It's Aes Sedai wedged, right?
Yeah. And then so Rand is all emo. Boom. I didn't do well. Boom. He goes to get healed. And his wound that he got in the Battle of Falma is just gushing blood.
Right.
It says, Perrin says, Rand, your coat is wet. It said, it's the wound I took at Falma broke open again. Moiraine hissed and jerked her arm free from Lan. Half fell to her knees beside Rand and goes and looks. The smell of blood was stronger now.
There's that hissing thing that Moiraine does. Does this happen before?
Yeah.
She's done it before a couple times. I think she did it with Padan Fain, right? When Padan Fain, she came in.
Yeah, Padan Fain flashed her like a perv, and she's like. He's walking around with his trench coat. I totally see that him as a guy with a trench coat.
Oh, I just go from village to village and, flash my dick.
Somewhere wears flash my dick.
Oh, Padan Fain. Foul, dirty man.
So Moiraine heals him as best she can. However, she says, I quote, I have done as much as I can. As much as I can. You must be careful. It could break open again if... And then she faints. Exhausted, the warder said. There's no one to take her fatigue.
When Lan's face turns from stony to caring, do we have to spit it back up?
Yeah.
No, it's because it's the closest thing to tenderness.
What's soft stone?
Like soapstone?
Soapstone? Like the thing I use to sand my feet down?
The mighty boss tone?
Stop.
The thing Native Americans carved, statues out of, basically. It's like...
Come on.
comes from a certain area in like the middle of the United States, middle of North America.
Is this called soapstone?
Soapstone? Yeah, it's like a soft carving stone.
Soapstone.
Okay. Awesome.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
I like Perrin though. Perrin's kind of surprised to see that tenderness on Lan's face, right?
Very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, like everyone's naked except Lan and Maureen for some reason. Leah was clothed too, so
Right.
what are they doing in that tent? Not sleeping.
Clothes on.
Well, Min's like, hey, there's Rand, and Lan's like, yeah. No, I think I'm just. You know what? I think I'm just gonna take. Thank you.
I'm good.
I
Yep.
appreciate your offer. But I'm just gonna go.
Bye.
He's like, hey, you might kill her. Sorry, fuck it. And that's it. They pretty much all go to bed. And end of chapter. Lan's like, get to bed, sheeper.
We do see this slight. Bobo. We do see the slight mention of the Karathian cycle, which is like the mythology that we were talking about that the mothers tell their children that.
Oh yeah,
tells the story of the dragon, and Rand quotes something of it, and then Maureen's like, "Be careful! You don't know how to interpret that. There could be 10 other ways to interpret anything from
The
that
blood of the
prophecy."
dragon reborn on the rocks of Shio Ghoul will free mankind from the shadow. Isn't that what the prophecies of the dragon say?
And she says what?
She says,
Yeah. So I mean, it's.
You can't
But
take it
you're
for
under the
face
impression
value.
that the Corinthian cycle is common knowledge, Josh?
I mean, to people like bards and mothers telling their children bedtime stories, yeah. I mean, the bards probably have songs about it, so they can pass it on with oral tradition. But enough of it is a part of the cultural consciousness of wherever this is that it's part of their bedtime stories.
Josh, do you mean the Gleeman?
The Gleeman, exactly. Yeah.
okay. Right on.
Not all Gleemans are bards. Are all bards Gleeman?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Bards are the singing Gleeman, I would say.
Can you imagine
like
a bard, like a Gleeman with a bad voice?
A barber shop?
A tone-deaf bard.
Yeah.
The way Tom acts, there's no way he could work with 3 other dudes. No way.
He's
Tom
solo.
has to be a solo act, always.
Solo
Tom's
act.
kind of snooty.
Up there with his harp.
I mean, he may have started as a like barbershop quartet, but they're all dead now.
He kind of looks shit down on jugglers. He's like, juggling. That's all you do. Knuckle, knuckle, knuckle. Ryan, give me a good knuckle your mustache right now.
Well, I mean, I have no knuckles, but
yeah, there. Oh, good. Yeah. Ooh.
It's not
That looks
Russian.
like you're smelling. You're being a creep.
You remember the movie Kids? Anyways, let's move on. All right, so yeah, we're gonna take a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
And we'll come back.
What are we gonna listen to, Ryan?
It's
what? Todd. What?
Oh,
what?
Please.
What? Todd.
What?
What?
Jesus.
Wait,
what?
I get to choose? I get to choose?
Nope.
serious?
Sorry, it's all prepared.
Oh, I thought you had something to say. Sorry.
No, I thought you were raising your hand. Anyone else? Anyone?
No.
Bueller?
What?
No.
Bueller?
What? In the back?
Bueller.
Look at what I got in my head.
All right.
Sausage.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, everybody. Here it comes.
Killer instincts with empty hands. Dive deep the dagger. Open the man. Feel mind opposition. Finger vacuum. Who bears the cost? Feeling cold on the inside, lashing at her inappropriate times. A bitter taste at the end of the day. I can see the emptiness in their eyes. I'm looking for a way to voice it in satisfaction, without giving them another opportunity to cash in. I'm looking for a way to voice it in satisfaction. Hey, we got two of the Jeeps and not enough Indians. Killer instincts with fistful of cash, driving deep the dagger with the chuckles in your hopes to ash.
All right, we are returning.
I'm capricious, I'm the champion.
Ah, that's some good shit. Are we
Heck
all ready? Added, and we are back.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. All right, let's do this, Judas. We're gonna start the second half with a round of Pronounce This, everybody.
Okay, Robert Jordan seems to have bookended you in puppets.
Yes. Yeah, oh, you are muted, kiddo. Alright, we got you.
Wouldn't that be great
have
if
me
I
now?
could just do this,
Now we
Ryan?
got
If I just went down and then popped up into her screen.
Go.
Oh, wait.
That's awesome.
That's tough. The opposite.
All right.
Oh,
Second half, let's give a new look. And we're going to jump into Pronounce This. This chapter 6, we are introduced to some weird names. Who the are these people? Let's start with
All right.
Pronounce This.
Who's going
Okay, why don't you
first?
go first?
Demo.
Semi.
All right, Josh.
Samael.
Todd.
Smile.
Haas and Pepper Corporated. Come on.
Samil.
Tomato.
We're gonna do it. Holy shit.
All right.
All right. We did not
Well,
plan
Laverne
that.
and
Everybody.
Shirley.
You heard that, Dan?
Completely
Was it
unscripted.
better, though?
All right. Next up.
Laverne and Shirley.
All right. Let's keep the same order. Next up. Pronounce this.
Asmodean.
Nice. Josh.
Asmodean.
Nice.
Asmodee.
Asmodine. Nice. It's even nicer.
I'm not laughing at you, Todd. All right.
Yes, you are right. I know it.
He is.
Like. All right. All right, here we go. I did not expect
you gotta
that.
stop laughing because you make me laugh.
All right. Pronounce this.
Bilal.
Bilal.
Scott.
Belal.
Okay. Belal.
Nice.
I think that's how I say it.
What's Shansity say?
We
We didn't send it to her.
It was our fault.
Yeah, we blew it. Well, I'll try and get it early next time. I promise.
We have no tiebreaker.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You guys are our tiebreaker.
That's it. That's it.
Robin. Yeah, Robin.
You look ravenous.
Robin.
Robin. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we got a quorum.
We got yeah.
All right.
Ryan, can you make me some top Robin?
In my head, it's Ravine. I don't know why.
Ravine.
It's Ravine.
I can hear Ravine.
I say Ravine as well.
Yeah. I don't know if I go Ravine. I'm not that kind of guy.
Ravine.
Like I'm not even douchey in my head.
Ravin.
All right.
Did you just call me douchey?
No. Pronounce this.
No way.
Ishmael.
I think Ryan can't breathe.
Pronounce.
I'm hurriedly trying to make a douche and pronounce this. And I'm not can't do it.
This douche.
Douchebag.
Pronounce this.
Pronounce.
No, take it back. I take it back. It's like, I didn't find anything about you, douchey, whatsoever.
All right, Gary Douchey, go on.
All right, Josh.
Ishmael.
Ishmael. Okay. Todrick?
Ishmael. We'll go with Ishmael.
Ishmael, nice.
Ishmael.
And last for chapter 6. Pronounce this.
Lanfear.
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 All right. All
We're
right.
so American with that pronunciation. I think.
Lanfear.
Is it gonna be lawn fear? Oh, what's on my face?
What is
Lanfear,
that?
exactly.
Stretching out my
Are you chewing tobacco?
I was stretching out my cheeks from laughing so hard. He turned the cameras back on. And I'm like,
I know. Stretch it out.
There you go.
I don't know. Is that
It
better?
won't
this
work.
is not
It
helping.
won't work.
I got a little herp. I got a little herpy on my face.
Yeah. Oh, also, Todd, if you want me to stop laughing, don't tell me to stop laughing. It makes it harder to stop laughing. And then we're in a feedback loop. Like middle schoolers. All right.
Guys,
moving on.
Chapter
cute.
6,
It's totally
the hunt
adorable.
begins. It is the classic Wheel of Time sigil. I don't ever think about Public Enemy when I see this one. I do when I see the trolley. But Rand is gone. Bump, bump, bump. Oh no. Rand's
Emo is
gone.
fled.
Damn, I think we harmonized.
That was good, right? That
I
was
think we
really
did.
good.
Yeah, still think you got some shit on your mouth though.
Yeah, I know. I tried. I got a little herpy. I don't know what happened. I grew a herpy.
Yeah, did you get in a bar fight?
Yeah, that hurts like a little weed ash that just kind of. I got.
Oh, no.
I got. Oh, it's not coming off tonight right now. Yeah, we're gonna have to just deal with this. I tried.
Hey, well, turn your hat sideways and be a trucker. Come on,
A little
just go with it.
It's not working. It's still got a little herp. Oh well. That's what we do on the beach, Ryan. We get sun-inflicted herpes.
What part of the
There you
beach
go.
did you visit?
I went to.
I'm not going to that part of the
Huntington.
beach.
Yeah. There's a lot of bushes.
Oh, Huntington Beach? That's not even a beach, is it?
Yeah, it's miles and miles and miles of sand. Yeah. Yeah, it was great. I loved it. All right. So Rand's gone. Perrin goes up to Moraine's hut and starts, giving her the shit.
Yeah,
like,
Perrin's got some sauce in him this chapter.
Yeah,
what happened? How did Perrin change between the end of chapter 5 and the beginning of chapter 6?
Yeah, so let's talk about it. Perrin is angry.
He got a good night's sleep, I think. He's just ready.
Sassy.
He's just yelling. He's just yelling at her. He's like, "Did you do this, bitch?" More or less. He's like, "What? What'd you do, Moraine? God damn you!
What the fuck's wrong with you? You just chased my buddy away.
What the fuck's wrong with you exactly?
Bro code, God. No, so now, yeah. Do you think this is just like a like wolf adrenaline from the night before? Is he just gonna be like kind of aggro for a couple days until like he gets either laid or it just gets out of his system, or is he demonstrating kind of like a personality, like a progression in his and I guess his archetypal narrative, as Josh would say.
His arc.
His archetypal arc? Nice.
So he does kind of go off a bit on Moraine. But in the meantime, he also gets to see a letter.
Wait, does Rand ever put his hand on his sword during that argument?
Nope.
Okay, nope, he doesn't.
Nope, he said. I think he said, "Watch your tongue, sheepherder."
Watch your tongue, blacksmith.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, yeah, the letter. Yeah, this is when it gets good.
Todd, do you have it there?
Yeah.
I'll let your baritone voice go ahead and give Rand. Do it justice.
All right. What I do because there is no other way. He is hunting me again, and this time, one of us has to die, I think. There is no need for those around me to die also. Too many have died for me already. I do not want to die either. I will not, if I can manage it. There are lies and dreams and death, but dreams hold true too.
Very good. Thank you, Todd. Well done.
Dreams.
So I want to ask.
Dreams all over the place.
I want to bring up two things. First, let's talk about Moraine's strategy of just waiting. It apparently is frustrating to the point where Perrin is kind of blaming her strategy for driving Rand away. Rand felt like his head was going to burst like a rotten melon. He was feeling, and Perrin asks, "Is this just part of the pattern?" And you're just, why are you trying to control him? Let the pattern do what it's gonna do, right? Right. She's like, yeah, but no. I don't know. So he starts yelling at her a bit about her strategy, about her treatment of Rand, and about possibly blaming her for the whole thing. What do you guys think? Josh?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. Kay, do you think Perrin's justified? Like, you don't trust Moraine at this point, still, right?
No,
So,
I don't.
Do you think he's onto something when he's yelling at her and being like, "What the fuck?" Do you think he's to blame for Rand running away? I mean, she's to blame.
I mean, I think he's justified in being frustrated at her for sure, because they have been fighting this whole time, and he thinks that Rand running away is all due to, Moraine just kind of having been this total B to him the entire time, and just like ordering him around and making him do whatever she needs him to do to serve her own purpose, to do whatever her mission is in the pattern, and to in the weaving of the wheel and all of it, right?
Yeah.
So
Nice,
I don't trust her though at all. I think she's specifically out to do what she has set out to do, and that is her only mission, and she's alluded to that in many different ways, that she's not going to let anything stand in her way, basically, or anyone, right? So.
Right. She's emphasized that repeatedly.
Yeah.
She knows better. No.
Okay, what do you think that her mission is?
I don't completely know what her mission is. I don't feel like I totally know. And maybe it's just that I don't completely understand it, or haven't, I don't know, experienced it.
Well, do you think
her mission is to keep
she's
him
fighting
alive?
for the good?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the thing. Right now, I'm unsure about her, if she's fighting for good or for herself, or for maybe the Dark One. I don't.
We're agnostic about Maury right now.
The Dark One, but I do think that it's very specifically not necessarily one way or the other at this moment. She's keeping him safe because she has to. She's keeping all three safe because she has to. Because if one of them is hurt, then
it's a tripod. Right?
They all fall down.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
tripod, and if one leg is severed, then all three crumble. Right. So, yeah.
What do you think that means, actually?
That all three would just.
Oh yeah.
Maybe perish to exist.
That was brought up in a dream.
These dreams.
That was brought up in the dream. In the dream, what was that? Chapter 4. The guys that visited Perrin was talking about if one dies, then the whole thread dies.
Oh, right.
All three.
Right. Not the tripod part, but they're interconnected.
Yeah, and then later on, the Murdral says, one leg of the tripod, and it all crumbles or something.
I mean, so how literal do we take that?
Well,
like, do you think it's
that goes back to Josh's question of, do you trust the narrator? Because I've actually questioned that a lot more since you asked that, Josh.
Yeah.
As I'm reading, I'm questioning it more and more, and sometimes I really don't, and sometimes I I feel like I do. Yeah.
I love that.
I guess
what do you guys think about these specific? Oh, I'm sorry.
I just want to say my question for you still about Moiraine is, do you think she's self-aware about the role that she's playing within the pattern, or do you think that is in itself a self-deception or a misidentification of is she TAVERN? I guess is what it boils down to, and what is her archetype, and is she fulfilling something that is her role, or is she doing something for herself? And how does free will fit into that, I guess, more broadly?
Yeah.
I think she knows more than anybody in this whole, so far in this book, I think. And I think it's going to be revealed, all that she knows, as the story continues.
So that's
very interesting.
Yeah. We do have where Moiraine met with Amerlin, and Baron was there.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a good part, yeah.
And
I was just thinking about that.
And and the impression was that she was kind of being sent out on a clandestine type mission that Swan didn't really want to share with anyone else in the tower. It was just a hush hush,
Well, that's
secret.
the supporting of the dragon, right? I mean, the fact that they're going to support the dragon rather than kill him, which is generally their role when a dragon rears its head in the world, or at least the nearby world.
So that is that's probably the umbrella goal that she has, or whatever. But that's a really good question. What is her specific mission? In regards to why is she waiting and collecting data and doing all these things, and I mean, keeping Rand pretty much on a tight leash. It's a pretty interesting question.
She says it though. She wants to keep him alive. Maybe she doesn't even know.
Right, but is she being like a helicopter parent?
Probably.
Well, or how about this? So we know that the Red Aja are out to kind of kill all male channelers. And now we have like a secret pact of like a little cabal of these Aes Sedai who are like, we're going to keep this one channeler alive. The question that we don't know is which
And they're blue.
Which camp is correct?
Right.
Right? Is it correct? Like, Rand's afraid of going crazy himself. He just fucking lit a forest fire because he wanted to, like, be effective in battle, and he, like, it overcame him.
Just burned up trees, right?
Like, he just Yogi Bear is like, no! But, like, we have... So
only Rand can prevent forest fires. That's Smokey the Bear, not Yogi Bear. Hey, boo-boo! Someone burned up my tree!
Hey, boo-boo.
So, like, yeah, like, it seems, you know, who's the rational actor here? Like, is it smart to keep Rand alive? I mean, like, just,
so.
You know, hypothetically, like, yeah, what do you...
He seems imperative to this whole entire mission. At least everyone seems to think so, if we trust their narrator. I don't see why he wouldn't be kept alive.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just wondering, though. I mean, at this point, like, it's just, you don't trust Moraine, but she is trying to keep the protagonist alive.
Yes.
And so it's like, yeah, it's like super convoluted whose loyalties, you know, you're going to trust right now, especially once Josh is like, well, do you trust the narrator? And you're like, boing.
Yeah,
what?
my head spun around. I was like, what?
That's the beauty of
It's
third
great,
person.
though. I love it. Yeah.
Third person narrative, right? I mean,
It's a lot of fun.
No, I
it's
mean,
a great vehicle.
Not,
It's a great vehicle to tell a story. Because people like the characters that know things and they don't know things and they make assumptions, but the reader is reading all these things and going, "Oh no, you got that wrong." They kind of misconstrue that. So it's a brilliant vehicle to tell a story. I fucking love it.
It lets you see their weaknesses and stuff too. You know,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
I love
yeah,
it.
as a literary device, nothing is more immersive than this, and nothing's more realistic. Because in real life, that's how we all take in information. We have to assess, you know,
Right.
the quality of the information. We got to assess the person giving the information. We got to assess the motives of the person giving the information. We got to assess what the person giving the information knows about what we know about the information they're already trying to give us, and whether that person knows that I know that they know. And we all do this in real time, and so we get to do this with the books, which is awesome.
Love it.
It's interesting how the
truly
characters
dizzying intellect.
I mean,
Wait till I get started. Go on.
well, we don't really know. I mean, multiple first person might be more immersive, technically. I mean, just to make the point, you know, because that would be our perception of the world, as opposed to the perception of someone perceiving themselves in the moment, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. But like, if we are trying to sit in that person's mind, and then
this is more like
the act of
our
filtering the
interpretation
information
of the world around us, of like a soap opera, then because we don't have the foreknowledge of who these people are and whether they are trustworthy to begin with. I mean, that's kind of the difference, because we don't have that internal dialogue of the characters, right?
Whose POV do you want to read the most of all the characters you've met? Who do you want to get in their mind the most?
I'm really liking Perrin.
You want a land chapter?
Okay. Yeah, he hasn't had that many, huh?
No, he has not had one yet.
Ooh, that'll
You're
be
just all, Lan wish he could fuck. Lan can't fuck. Lan wants.
You just Tarzan.
Wants to fuck.
He's like, where's the naive?
Footprints.
Where's the naive? The
Footprints.
Naive. The naive.
Lan wants fuck. Footprints. The end.
Is that your mountain troll land internal dialogue?
That was grunty land. That was horny grunty land.
And
That
then
was
also-
Narg. That was land
Did
Narg.
the Aes Sedai take their horniness from them?
Now,
Wait, that was a
so
that's a great question.
To what we were talking about, Daly says, and I'll only say her name once, there is no one narrator. Some of them are just wrong some of the time. And then she says,
Nice.
third person limited is what we get.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Now, what's masterful though is we not only get the different POVs, but we get the different POVs own misconceptions about their own worldviews and their own self, right? Like,
Right.
when we're in Rand's mind, we start off with a very limited understanding of the world. He's only been so far in the map hasn't yet unfolded. It's all darkened when you go to the HUD. You know, he hasn't really opened up the world yet, and so he only knows so much, and that's written in. Like Robert Jordan writes that in so well, and once the perspective shifts, like the entire body of knowledge of that person is present in the writing, which I just think is really cool how he's able to do that.
Yeah, the first
Bravo,
city he
Robert
sees
Jordan.
is just so glorious. And he's like, oh my gosh, this inn is like 3 stories and they have like 10 of them. Holy moly.
Yeah.
And it's just a little,
Just look, you know.
it's just a little place.
Hey, Sedai, what POV do you want to get into the mindset of in the future chapters?
Oh gosh, I would love to know what Nynaeve is thinking about a little bit more
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
going
Yeah.
forward. Yeah, I would really like to get into her head.
Angry?
You know, yeah, we haven't seen her in a while for sure. Yeah. So Todd, Josh, you said lawn. Todd, who you said?
I would love to have a POV of men. That'd be awesome.
Very well.
Men.
Very well.
Oh gosh,
I don't
that
think
could be
she's had one yet.
disturbing, huh?
We did. We did.
I know, right?
We had a very tiny sliver of at the end of book 2 when she is
that's right.
ran to her breast. So we do get a little bit of her POV, and we learn that she likes
That's
older
right.
men who are well read.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well read, yes.
Not
wanna
some
know more
ignorant
about this.
sheep herder.
Min is a
boy.
conundrum to me. I can't quite figure her out.
Yeah.
Does anyone else feel kind of?
Suspect
Yeah,
about
she's
her.
kind of she's kind of she's a mystery. I'm really intrigued
Yeah.
by her abilities, her powers.
Oh, so let's go back
so-
real quick, Brother Dan. Didn't mean to cut you off, but Josh, let's go back to a prediction we had last show. You believe that Leia's Min's prediction about Leia was her having fallen and taken a head wound, but it turns out the next chapter, nope, she takes it to the head from the Murdral. What did you think about that? And how was that egg all over your face? Did it take a long time to wash off?
No, washed off pretty quickly. I'm not kidding.
There you
It
go.
wasn't well.
Was
it
it-
was pretty well cooked when it landed.
Was it a quail egg?
Quail eggs.
He grew quails.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Josh used to grow quails. It was amazing.
Well, how do you grow a quail, Ryan? You don't grow.
They grew.
Right on your neck.
They grew.
They just grew.
Okay.
And then you
Okay.
get some quail remover and
They would grow. That's how you
I
grow
got some
them.
rooster root.
You have
you
them
didn't,
and they
you didn't
grow.
grow your kids, Dan?
No.
What's going on here? I thought you
Like a garden?
but they're growing up.
I grew mine.
Yeah, they grow up right in front of your eyes. Everyone says, "Wow, look at them growing
I
up." Which means
raised
you
them.
grew them. You grew them.
I raised them from here to here. I grew them. It's fucking. All right, so we hear about some Forsaken. We hear.
Oh, this is a good part. Yeah.
Yeah, so we do get a little information on this stuff, man. We hear that the souls, quote, the souls, what the, quote, The seals are weakening, Perrin. Some are broken, though the world does not know that. Must not know that. The father of lies is not free yet. But as the seals weaken more and more, which of the Forsaken may be loosed already? Lanfear, Samael, Asmodean, or Belal, or Ravid, Ishmael himself, the betrayer of hope. There were 13 altogether, Perrin. And bound, sorry, the light's bad. And bound in the ceiling, not in the prison that holds the dark one. So they were bound in the ceiling itself. When the dark one was sealed, when that board was sealed.
Yeah, like right up there.
Right in the ceiling, yeah. So if you look at like it's a popcorn ceiling, and one of that is Ravine, one of that is Asmodean.
I don't know the blades of the phantom.
Yep.
And one of them is asbestos.
Asbestos. That's really funny. You beat me to the asbestos joke, man.
Yeah, the Forsaken should be called like asbestos, malathion, Monsanto.
Monsanto. Yeah. George Bush.
Blackwater.
Tunnel Trump.
Anyway. See my hat, Ryan? All right. All right. So, and then Maureen starts talking about dreams. And guess what? There's been all kinds of dreams. One of them we saw, Perrin had jumped into the last episode that we talked about, where Perrin came across a dream where he was, there was a sword floating, and he tried to get to it, and he like mind boxed. He was like, doo doo bonk.
Exactly. Keep going. Are you a mime? There's no sound. What's happening? Why are there no sound? Why are you not making
Because
sound?
there was an invisible barrier you couldn't break.
So you're
you're very good.
So
at
we're
that.
on the other side.
Oh,
And
there we
can't
go.
hear you?
There's a he's slamming his head against the fourth wall. Ah!
There you go.
Well done.
It's like a sliding glass door.
So
Very
he had the
clean
dream of the sword that he could not touch. He told Maureen about it. He had it like 4 days in a row. And Lan instantly is like, all right, let me go check with the boys. He goes out.
He's like,
does
have you had a phallic
he does
dream?
a pull.
Have you had a
He's
phallic
a good census taker, Ryan.
Have you had a phallic dream? Yeah, no, he's very thorough.
I think he's a statistician. He's like about 48% of the boys have had the same dream, and of those people, 17% have had it 3 days or more, and one guy, Massima, had it where Rand actually even grabbed it.
That was an outlier, though.
Yeah, but on the bell curve, he's way on the left extreme. There's no white coefficient for him. But they ask Loyal, how about your dreams? She's all, fuck, I don't know. We just always just dream about the standing. That's what we all do, baby. It's all about the standing.
He's like standing, man, the trees and shit.
They're like, Udo, did you have a dream about a sword? He's all, fuck. That's all I do is dream about swords, man.
Brother Dan.
Every night.
Huh.
Brother Dan, before you go on, though, one thing we don't know is what do Olgiers dream within this setting?
I think they dream exact episodes of Friends.
They're pollinating.
I think that's where Friends episodes come from, is Ogier dreams.
Ogier dreams?
Oh no, are we going down Friends Road?
Don't do that.
They're like Joey. Joey.
Case Sedai is what Friends character would Loyal be?
Loyal, I don't have Loyal written down. I've got Joey written down. I've got the
Oh yeah, we've got the,
yeah.
that's where
Loyal, I guess that might be Ross.
if you had to wedge him in there.
You know. Just,
Is
real,
Loyal a Chandler? Is he a Ross or is he a Joey?
I think he's more of like a Ross.
Yeah, I get a sword I can't touch.
Okay.
No, right?
I can see that.
Loyal is the Kramer.
Yeah,
I know he's not in that show.
The wrong show, Josh.
Rand!
No,
As he
was my
slides into the
television
apartment.
from the 80s or 90s.
Jerry! Hello, Newman. Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Jerry.
Uno dreams of swords. Loyal dreams of steadings. Awesome. But there was a lot of dreams about this thing, Kalendor. Kalendor, it apparently is part of this prophecy. And the way that Perrin sees it, he's like, well, if he gets that, then game over, right? And Maureen says a few things. She was like, no, this is all kinds of weird shit in these prophecies. Quote, what does it mean that he, quote, shall slay his people with the sword of peace and destroy them with the leaf? What are given equal weight with Kalendor in the cycle? There are others. What, quote, wounds of madness of curing and hope, quote, has he healed? What chains has he broken and who put into chains? And some are so obscure that he may already have fulfilled them, although I'm not aware of it. But no, Kalendor is far from the end of it. Man. Weird. There's a lot of these prophecies going on.
Everywhere.
But it does seem that he's up to Tyr. And Tyr, it says, quote, channeling is outlawed and Aes Sedai are tolerated as best as long as they do not channel. Telling the prophecies of the dragon or even possessing a copy of them is enough to put you in prison in Tyr.
That's like a really strict don't ask, don't tell policy.
And no one enters the stone of Tyr. Is it Tyr or Tear? Fuck.
I thought it was
I
tear.
said tear. I thought it was just
Like pear. Like,
Yeah,
like I ate a juicy
all right.
pear.
I'm just thinking of Tear. That's my go-to as well. All right, and no one enters the stone of Tear without permission of the High Lords. None but the High Lords themselves enter this heart of the stone. So you can't channel in Tear at all. You can't even like have a copy of the prophecies of the dragon, and yet they have Kalendor there. What are they, like some weird North Korea type situation?
How are they going to know that someone's channeling, though? That's what I want to know.
Ooh.
Right? Does that mean they got like that crazy, or who is it that could figure out who's channeling? Like Myrddraal and stuff like that?
Well, other channelers, other female channelers can feel female channeling, and other male channelers can feel male channeling happening. And the strength of it kind of has like a distance effect, right?
It's like a locator.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we know that. Yeah, but yeah, something like that. So we have Min gets, I don't know. Maureen like starts petting Min's head. Stroking her hair.
In pity.
This is really interesting.
Right, what's going on with it? Quote,
And I said,
Maureen put a hand on Min's head. And then she goes on, Maureen smoothed Min's hair. There was a look almost of pity on the Aes Sedai's face. And then she does it again. She keeps her hand on her head. This is unlike Maureen. Maureen has always been kind of cold with people, right? What is she petting her head for?
the X-Men.
What's going on? Anyway, I don't know. That's not a big deal.
Did anyone pick up on that?
I don't know. No, I didn't think about that till now. It sounds like she's petting an animal or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's what. If you're asking what it sounds like, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of either. I mean, that's one.
Or like lovingly, like a daughter, like a mother.
I don't know. You ever
type?
see Pulp Fiction when he's on the gimp's head and he's like, did it?
Yes, I have.
Making that sound on the left. Oh, look at the tracks I made in my head. I
Sure,
kind of
yeah.
almost have like vacation braids. Look at that.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
You have got cornrows.
You look like
my
Randy
friend.
Moss.
I want to try that again.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Now you look like Steph Curry.
Yeah, all right. I'll take that as a compliment.
That's
You
awesome.
should.
Vacation break. Dress. All right. Let's see.
There's like a big reveal here, actually.
Talk to me.
Right? So, Moraine's talking about ability, or with his power, he could control dreams of like entire villages.
Correct.
Right here, they go into that.
Yeah, it says, quote, someone who's particularly strong in spirit can sometimes force their dreams on others. For one as strong as he, they could possibly seize an entire village or perhaps even a city. He knows little of what he does and even less of how to control it.
Oh, boy.
So that's why that seems like that's why everyone is having this dream, because Rand is throwing his dreams unconsciously onto the whole camp.
That's emo as fuck right there, dude.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. I know. That is a Robert Smith song right there.
My dreams will just fucking take over your dreams. Like, oh shit.
Oh, so terrifying.
Why am I dreaming about some random sophomore year high school teacher of math? That's so weird.
The emotional radius of my dreams are encompassing you. Hey, Josh, I gotta ask you a favor, Josh. Can you mute your mic when you're typing, buddy? We're hearing it all, buddy. Thank you.
That's it. Thanks. So yeah, there was an escape route. Moraine was like really baffled by how he got away, and she's like, "Fuck! I hope he didn't learn." It says, "Quote." At least he has not rediscovered how to fly or make himself invisible or something else out of legend. Do you think that this is a possibility for Rand?
Oh, that was kind of another revealing moment, right?
Yeah.
That he could possibly fly or become invisible? What do you guys think? What do you think, Kay?
I don't know. I mean, there was the battle with, wasn't it Rand that was up in the air? He could be suspended.
Right.
So I think there's a possibility of that, defiance of gravity.
Okay.
Totally.
Okay.
Call. So he's flown.
Ish. He's hover sorted.
I kind of saw it like as like a like you're watching a drive-in, but it's on the cloud.
Well, yeah, I do believe the appearance of when Lanfear appeared to Min. I don't think she just walked out the door. If I remember correctly, do you remember how did Lanfear exit the hanging out with Min session?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, she may have just poofed away, huh?
Did she be like, "Oh, sorry, let me get out, let me
peace out."
Pardon me.
Sure.
No, I think so. I mean, I think she might have went. Whoops.
I want to get more of those vacation braids.
All right, this is
That
great.
looks so great.
This is one of the great autocorrects we've seen on the
Elmo.
LeafCast. 3 seasons.
Well
That's
done.
Elmo and shit.
Well done, Zool.
I'm fucking screenshotting this. All right. Beautiful. All right, guys.
All right, guys, we do have to drink. It says, so this is when Perrin is still screaming at people, and he's like, quote, so we are the people of the dragon now? Perrin laughed mirthlessly. The stone of terror will never fall till the people of the dragon come, and that's part of the prophecy, I suppose, as well. Have you given us a new name, Moraine? Watch your tongue, blacksmith, Len growled. All ice and stone. There we go, guys. All right.
Yeah.
That's the second
All right.
mention of it in the chapter, actually.
I wrote down 2. Did we skip the
Yeah.
first one?
Yeah, there's a spot where his face, even though he's described as stone, it still shows surprise. Oh, when he says Kalendor. Here it is. Kalendor, man breathed when he was done.
Oh, yep. Rock hard face or no. He looks stunned. Dang it. All right, let's do it. All right. Cannonball. Cannonball.
Yeah, no, I totally thought I read that. I was like,
Wow.
oh, we got a stone heart. Oh, Lan.
Oh, Lan.
We drink to you, but you're boring as shit. So, yeah,
He is
Case
boring
Nice was
right
telling
now.
me earlier that she has no thoughts about Lan. He's just
I don't.
there.
He's just there.
probably.
He's just there and stone-faced, and literally that's how I feel about him. Like, he says something every now and again. He had a nice scene with Nynaeve, and that's about
Yep.
it. He protects Moraine.
Like a bulldog.
Yeah, like a weirdo.
Like a
Well, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in just a bit when they bring it up. But Moraine is treating him kind of shittily.
Yeah, that's why it's
She
weird
keeps-
that he continues to just like do whatever.
Oh, yeah.
They have a bond. I mean, it's like a physical bond. He can't refuse. I don't think.
Sure, which would make me shitty for calling it weird because he can't like help it.
It's like
Yeah,
a
I can
volunteer
say-
slavery. It's like a Roland Kirk
He has no choice.
album, Ryan.
Yeah.
Volunteer slavery.
It's got me on the run. The volunteer
Volunteer
slavery.
slave. Oh, do we? Yeah, we should on. Yeah, we can hum
Singing
it.
a Roshan Roland Kirk song?
We started
Yeah,
to.
we
We,
did.
started to. I stopped it. I thought that was ill-tempered.
No,
Ill-advised.
Ryan, I was proud of us. That was a good one.
But not that song.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope, not our song. It's his song.
So we hear that Min is off to Tarvalon, and she's like, "Fuck you." They're like, "No, really, you are going to Tarvalon," and she's going by herself. They're like, "Hey, I wish we could send
Right
someone
hard.
with you, but we can't. All the people we were sending with you, we are burying here. So, you go to Tarvalon. You got to talk to the Amaryll. You got to tell her what we seen here. Tell her what.
Here's some
tell
cash.
her what
Here's
happened.
some cash too.
Yeah, she's also like, and here's a letter for, steal a horse if you need to, buy another one. Fuck it.
Treats her like a little bitch.
She does not want
Go.
to. She
Go.
obviously does not want to go. And then right in front of her, she's like, "Oh, but Loyal and Perrin, will you come with me?" And Min's like, "Double fuck you, fuck all you all. I hate all y'all."
I like what Min says. She even asks Lan, "Do you have anything you want to tell Nynaeve?" No. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a good part.
That was badass, yeah.
That was funny.
And he's like, "Does everyone know?"
So
I'll deliver my own messages.
that was a great fucking part.
But Loyal's like, yeah, I'm down. I'm always down to clown. Wherever Rand goes, I go. I'm ride or die, baby. It's in my name.
Totally.
Let's remind everyone that Josh has proclaimed that Loyal is writing the book that we are reading. So he called that last show.
Oh, yes.
So Robert Jordan, a.k.a.
He mentions it again in this
Loyal.
chapter.
He does, yes. Josh mentions he wants to write a book.
Yeah.
About what?
I love that. I love the idea
Please
of
don't
that.
laugh. Yeah.
What did he say he wants to write a book about? Sorry, real quick, like, it's very specific.
I think he just, what did he say?
He says, I will come, Lilial said quickly. Rand is my friend, and I will admit it. I would not miss anything. For my book, you see.
Ooh, that's right.
Earlier on, yeah, okay. Yeah, beautiful.
Nice.
Totally.
Yeah, and actually, Loyal's kind of a little whiner. When he gets outside, he's like, quote, clean air, Loyal sighed. The smoke was beginning to bother me a little. And it's like, that's like when you go to a casino and that person's like, oh, it's smoky in here. And you're like, yeah, I know. We're just here to gamble for a little bit. And they're like, oh, gosh, this is...
How do you stand it?
Yeah.
It smells so... Oh, how do you stand it?
Jeez, Loyal, come on,
You
just suck it up.
You come here for fun? How do you stand it?
So Loyal's kind of a little caring about that. I don't know.
But Harry agrees with him. I mean, we learned that it was bothering him earlier in the chapter as well.
Yeah, and maybe he's
The
sensitive
smell
to
of
that
the
stuff.
tendrils burning was burning his lungs.
Oh, okay.
He's got a huge ass nose.
He has a huge edge nose, but he still like smokes from a big old pipe.
Oh.
Anyways,
What's in that pipe?
2 Rivers, baby.
Yay!
All right, so we hear a couple more of Min's visions, and let's just talk a tiny bit about this. Of when Perrin said that he was going to go with Moiraine and Lan and Loyal. Apparently, these visions popped up that Min's like, you got to know about these. They just happened. One is, quote, an Ioman in a cage. The other is a Tuathawan with a sword. A falcon and a hawk perching on your shoulders. Both female, I think. And the rest, of course, what is always there, darkness swirling around. And he's like, stop.
Yeah, all you murder, biting faces off of everyone, blah, blah, blah.
She says that they're important, and she says also, if you meet a woman, the most beautiful woman you've ever seen, run.
Run.
All right, let's talk about this. First off, that's good advice. In all
Well,
contexts.
I mean, that's Ginny's objective. So, so Ryan's puppet could have like run away from Case Sedai because you're like, oh no, that I had the advice.
Yep, I should have followed it. Did not.
Nice.
If you happen to see the most beautiful girl in the world,
aside from
win.
Oh, was she crying?
Sedai, whatever will we.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
good.
Yes, I'm
Beautiful.
stuck
She's
in the
so
title.
amazing. Christine is amazing.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. That is Christine
Yeah,
doing us a solid.
amazing.
All right, so yeah, Dan Liu asks, don't they have like 20 Shinarian soldiers they can send with men? Right?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? They got whittled down, and maybe
Yeah, not
I don't know.
anymore.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'm
There's
not
a
sure.
bunch of Shinarians that got killed. Yeah.
Yeah, more were dead than were standing. But there may have been 20 left. I don't know how many there were to start off.
I don't know. They had a bunch of dead wolves, and then they tried to use the wolf clubs.
And parents
Oh,
thought,
sorry.
not in my watch. And then there's a tiny little love thing with it. No, so this is still with Min. So I'll incorporate this into Min's thing. So she has these. Okay, let's go more specific. Are there any thoughts about like an Ioman in a cage, or a Tuathawan who is a tinker with a sword? Is there any? Do you think that these are symbolic? Do you think that they are actual? Do you think that they are? What do you think they are?
I think the Aielman in the cage is Rand.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm a Rand in a cage.
Choking on my shit.
My rage. All right. Yeah. So that's good call. Ioman in a cage, choking on shit.
My shit. So what about a tinker with a sword?
What?
This is right after Leia died. Leia just died. Let's say maybe an hour before. Now we see a tinker with a sword.
Oh yeah.
Any thoughts? Is that literal or is that metaphoric?
Could have been Leia.
Both and.
Could be her.
Both?
Both and, right?
Yeah.
It can be both a symbol for what's to come in the sense of, that he's now recognizing, and it could be a symbol of him noticing, her act as a defensive act, as a offensive act, metaphorically, and it could be a literal scene where perhaps in the element, the Tuathalan is picking up a sword and handing it to someone or wielding it. It's not clear that it's being wielded; it's just being held, right?
And this just occurred to me as you were speaking, Josh, that this act that Leia did was probably breaking the way of the leaf, was her being as offensive as she possibly could be. She's never had self-defense classes. She was doing what she thought that the most egregious thing that she thought she could do was to grab his leg.
Oh yeah, no, she's a total traitor to the cause, and I'm glad she's dead, Dan. Right on, high five.
High five.
High five. Fucking right. How dare she? We run, bro, Dan. We are notorious runners. High five.
She didn't know the way. No.
Even
you could look at it too like an act of self-sacrifice, though, right? As opposed to.
Absolutely.
Like she needed to prove to Perrin that her way was better than his way, so that she kind of made the point to him, and then she died with that accusing lip.
But that was a violent act, right?
Well, I think so. Yeah, the murderer could have fell and scraped his knee.
Right.
That's violent.
But she didn't even connect, right? Isn't that what we learned? That she didn't even really connect with him. He's just casually you're dead.
No. She touched. She made contact enough for him to know. Just even swoop down and I don't even think he looked.
Right, but
no, he did not even look back.
I interpreted it as her
Did she whiff? She just totally whiffed.
No. She made an act of self-sacrifice to delay the Mindriel's timing, as well as to fight. As a part of the story, to fire up Perrin's desire to fight. Right, I think again that death was a catalyst for his response to the situation.
I think so. I think it's more internal. I think he kind of just snapped and was able to kind of level up, kind of with kind of like rage hit points.
Well, so that's what let me then clarify the question. Then she lived a life the way of the leaf. The pattern.
I'm sorry.
The pattern dictated that her course of action then was a part of Perrin's story arc, but it seemed that her final act was in defiance of the way of the leaf. Well, and I wonder then if that was the pattern then forcing her beyond her convictions, or if that was her reacting to Perrin and his heroism.
I think that it's sort of like the Buddhist monks setting themselves on fire in Taipei. Like, it's an act of self-sacrifice. It's not actually ultimately an act of violence. I mean, it's an act of self-violence, but as a symbol for suffering in general. Again, I mean, I kind of interpret them through like this kind of like Zen lens. Anyhow.
You know what? Did
she
do it out of love,
she knew
or
she was dying when she did that.
Yeah, did she do it out of love, or just like the ultimate form of one-upism?
Why did that need to be different things?
Nice.
I mean,
good point. Yeah. Did she just one-up him and be like, "Fuck you, see, I win"? Look at my face. I'm all accusing her. Because it all wraps up. Like, you could read the moment when Perrin looks at her.
Well, why the third person reference to her when he says, like, you would have died if I didn't kill him? Well, she was already dead. Like, there's some, like, whether we're being misled or the story is being told strangely, it's kind of hard to decide, right? But
that line is weird.
And what does that mean? And what do we take of that? Is it the dishonesty of the narrator? Is it him recognizing it, him like feeling the tug of the string in the pattern and it snapping this like moment of awareness and like
earlier you had said
unignorability?
Earlier you had said it was him arguing with her philosophy. Right, like that moment when he's like,
these things can be true.
Yeah, yeah. So, what do you? Anybody else have any ideas? Yeah, I can see them all being possible.
No, I'm totally lost, to be honest.
Thank you for being honest, Kay.
Well, no, Brent's got it.
Yeah, it is the only way.
I'll catch it back around.
It's the only way.
It'll come back around.
All right, so they end up going down the mountain. Rand, found the way out through the earthquake had kind of caused a way for him to get out. Uno had found the tracks, and they just hold on, yeah. So they end up, okay, he only left a few hours ago. He didn't turn invisible. That's good. He didn't fly. That's good. Shoo! He only snuck out. Right on. And then they go. Down the mountain they go. It gets a little warmer. Land leaves some pretty awesome markers. He is the ultimate tracker guy. And Moraine knows all his signals. He's like, all right, I'm going to bend these branches this way. And okay, that means go this way. If there's some pebbles, that means it's high to get up. If
he pissed on this bush. He's smelling,
if there's a big pile of poo right there, it means it's 10 a.m. and that's just what he does.
Matt Stagg agrees. Tackling the fate is violence. Yeah, that's where I was alluding to. She broke the code. Ooh. We hate her. we hate her with all the non-violent love in our hearts, but
no,
she,
I mean,
she
no,
broke the code. She's a violent person.
I'm not blaming her. Ryan, if we're
She should've
embracing
ran.
what Todd is saying, that she had to sacrifice herself in order for Perrin to carry his arc forward, then it's not her fault. She did break the way of the leaf. She did commit a violent act. She was trying. She threw her body against this guy who didn't even know she was coming.
Is it like she gets a pass on Monopoly? Like
it was just ineffective.
Free card.
Yeah, it was ineffective, but she meant well.
Yeah. No, we don't blame her. We blame the pattern. Yeah. Come on. She had to do it. Men saw it.
Dana Lou says the pattern did not force her to do that.
But she was
stand down, Dan. Stand down.
She was gonna die. I don't know. Her death was foretold.
Well, could Taverin? All right, to that end, could Taverin have made her do it, or does Min's calling into existence the vision make it happen?
Ooh.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Oh.
Okay.
So Min.
Just kidding.
No, that's a good point, actually. So Min has an older, or is older.
I'm sorry. Say that again. You cut out.
You froze up.
That's a. I know. I'm sorry. Yeah. So Min's power is older than Aes Sedai power, right? Because they don't know of anybody else who could wield that power.
Ooh, interesting that you say it's older and not newer.
Yeah.
Fascinating that you
So
would call it
true.
older and not newer. That's great.
No, I thought that was like established, right?
Well, I mean, if no one's ever seen it before, I mean, they don't know what to make of it.
Right. Interesting.
Right.
That's
The
also
parent
interesting.
stuff is older. That's been established. I'm not sure about Min's power.
Right.
That's right. That's true. Mm.
But as Case and I will point out, what the fuck is now? What the fuck is old? What the fuck is new? With the wheel turning the way it is.
Yeah.
What's
what is now? What is then? What is yesterday? What is tomorrow? What is up? What is down? What is?
Where did Josh just go?
Where did Josh go? Experiencing so many lives. You learn a
But I
lot.
like the idea that Min's vision somehow made it happen. Who said that? Was that Dan? Brother Dan? Did you
I
say
mean, I
that?
postulated it, but I'm just a chaos monkey. In the historical sense.
Nice.
I may have said
like
something. I'm not sure. I say lots of things.
I like it though. So Min
Guys,
has
let's-
some like force. Yeah. She has
Yeah,
a
no, go
force
ahead.
on the pattern. Maybe. She's like a new mutant or something. I don't know.
I don't know. It
She does
seems like
defy
she.
the gender roles that are set apart in the rest of the book. Like, she is unique
Yes.
in like a very
Yes.
like she is new in the sense of like being a hybrid, right? Or at least attempting to think of it that way.
She's
her identity
fluid.
is that,
Guys,
maybe-
this is a. Go, keep going. Sorry, keep going.
No, go ahead, Ryan.
No, I was going to change the subject, so don't let me.
Go ahead. Yeah, make it go.
All right, so the chat is getting really involved in this discussion, and I want to bring up some points.
This has been a great episode. I'm loving these talks, by the way.
Yeah, and it's great to be able to have these discussions without spoiling. We're doing a great job. Dan, you're doing a great job. I love your hair. You do look like Randy Moss when he takes his helmet off. All right.
Yep.
So Matt Stagger says, violence is violence. If you punch someone because there's a spider on their head, he says on your head, is it non-violent? Which is kind of weird. He wrote it as if you had a spider on your head, so you punch someone else.
Yeah.
But I get what he's saying. You're trying to get a spider off someone's head and you hit them. Are you being violent? Brent Weber says killing the spider is violent, which I agree.
I agree.
If you see a spider on someone's head, you should just run away. So Matt Zagger says, so tackling the Fade is violence. Brent says, not if it causes peace. Now, it goes forward.
What?
Nice.
Yeah, so Brent Weber says, it was a violation due to the way of the leaf being non-perfect, which I am just appalled by that statement. Let's just dissect this. Thus, wars and such. And we'll get into that. It only works when conditions are right. She broke the rules to make a more conformed essence of time. I can get into that latter, but this whole idea that the way of the leaf is non-perfect because there's wars and such is a misnomer. We'd have to scientifically have everyone in the world following the way of the leaf and see what the outcome would be for that statement to be true or not. Way of the leaf could be perfect if everyone was following it. That's my response to that. So go home and follow the way of the leaf, Brent. Stop warring.
I don't see
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Most minority positions.
I hate to break it to you, buddy.
What, bro?
Nothing is perfect.
Nothing is perfect?
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, we haven't tried it, though. Yeah, you're right. Nothing is perfect until it's tried.
I mean, isn't that kind of the whole point of this? Is that impermanence and like the idea that of imperfection, variation, like the veil of Maya? I mean,
yes. Go on.
I mean, why would we expect this world to be any different?
Well, I mean, in that they are all kind of deluding themselves and trying to understand the reality around them, which is like a filament of a filament. Is that what you mean?
Right. With all these actors.
A filling of a filament.
A filament of a filament.
Oh, ooh, deep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's how you think of Maya.
Ryan, my breath is a little rank right now. Do you have a filament I could have?
Do you remember Velements, bro?
I do.
That's what you're
Very
referencing?
much.
We used
Yeah.
to think that Pac-Man was eating Velements.
Yeah, Velements in the middle. Waka waka waka. Velement.
Did you say Waka Waka? It's Baka Baka Baka.
Waka 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 waka
That's
waka
evil.
waka.
Oh,
That's
shit.
Fonzie.
Wait, that's Pac-Man.
That's fine.
Waka Waka Waka.
Hey guys, let's go
Good
fishing
dude.
right now with
Oh yes, let's
Aaron
go.
and Loyal and Moraine.
Oh,
So apparently it's about tickling
It
a
got
trout.
weird.
It did.
tickling bellies.
Tickling a trout.
Trout belly.
Maureen's boss. She's like, woohoo, woohoo, ha, ha, ha.
She's like, give me a try at that.
She pulls out a 5-pounder, wapow, right off the bat. Loyal's like, it took me days before I even got one. Aaron's like, don't worry about it. You're awesome, buddy. You can do it. I bet you the only reason Loyal kept it up is because Perrin was very encouraging. He's like, I want to learn. He's like, you got it, man. Just be patient. Watch. Bow! Whipped it out. But they're only getting little tiny fish. Maureen's getting a fucking 5-pound trout. That thing is huge. You know what a 5-pound trout is? Bigger than the other fish in that Perrin and Loyal were getting. That's for
Is it
sure.
bigger than a 4-pound?
And she said, well, guess what? It's smaller than the other 2 fish she got. She's like, the other ones are bigger. I think
There's
we're
a little
good.
bit of like bread basket and fish in the river, Judea kind of thing going on here. Like,
Ooh.
Dividing the yes.
The loaves and fishes?
mm-hmm.
Interesting.
She said the last 2 are bigger than the first. Quote. Parents like, she can't have. He's like, she is Aes Sedai. So let's. Is she just awesome? Beginner's luck? Did she do mojo? What happened?
in touch with the pattern, man.
That's
I don't
it?
even-
Just being in touch with the pattern? Makes
Why
you
not?
fish better?
I mean, I
See,
didn't give
dear.
this a whole lot of thought.
I'm assuming Robert Jordan liked to fish, and there's some like hidden narrative here, you know, of being one with the pattern of fishing. Just kidding.
Well,
Ooh, yeah.
well,
Probably.
it says
Yeah.
Perrin
Did we lose
hesitated a
Case
moment.
tonight?
So boring. I'm sorry.
No, my joke earlier to Kay
chapter
was
was
this.
so
This is an '80s montage chapter.
Oh yeah.
joke.
This is
It's
like,
a montage scene of an '80s.
Well, yeah, and this
rom-com.
is one of the very few things to talk about in this chapter. So, but it says, quote, Perrin hesitated a moment before moving up to the bank to another overhang. She was up to something, but he could not imagine what. So that, I guess that's my question. Was she wiggling like, was she doing Aquaman shit? And she's like, ooh, like, remember old Aquaman where like the rings would come from the head, and suddenly all the like dolphins would be like, ah ha ha!
Didn't Karate Kid grab a fish?
No, he caught flies. He caught a fly
he
with
caught a
chopsticks.
Fly. You didn't do no grabbing fish.
No, that was
No,
that
you're right, it
was
was
Gentle Ben.
And what happened with Perrin again during this chapter? Like now he's like got no guts again. Like all of a sudden.
Yeah, he
one
lost.
chapter later.
He's getting whittled down by niceties and like just reasonable requests.
Yeah. I don't know.
Right.
oh yeah, this is great.
She's just so reasonable.
One request
Yeah.
is as reasonable as the next request is reasonable as the next, something like that, right?
Yeah, it just goes
Yeah, it's
on
like-
and on. Next thing you know,
Continues,
he's like
he's
he's like doing
a
animal
little bitch.
husbandry on her horse.
Yeah.
He's like Parrot. He's a little loaded up. Help him out.
Yeah, she just layers
Give him a
on
little-
those small
give him a little rub
suggestions.
down, Parrot.
Quote, the simple force of her presence, the strength of her gaze made it difficult to protest.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean,
But then
get-
he was rubbing down Aldib, right?
Rub it down, baby. Rub it down the low. Well, Lily will suggest too that they're easy to read compared to Min, who's an open book to her, or an unopened book at the end of the last chapter too. So it's like, and he just feels like he's being read by her stare, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's got.
Yeah, she is schooling
She's got
him,
his
and
number.
he's like, and he knows it's happening, but he doesn't really know reasonably how to get out of it without confronting her.
Right. He hesitates, and that hesitation is enough to like make the moment go by where he can respond.
Yep.
Ryan, we had a couple pronounce this from this chapter, did we not?
We do. Let's
Bring
get
it.
into it.
Kay, you love this. You're like,
I do. Well, yay!
Kay's back.
What?
Kay's back. She's like
Yes,
archetypes,
what?
archetypes, blah blah blah. I think at some points we sound like the parents in the Peanuts.
A little bit. Well, not everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
No, just
Wah,
one.
No, ma'am, he's my dog. Wah, 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 wah.
All right, or bark, 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 bark. What is it, Timmy? What is it, Lassie? Bark, bark,
What?
bark, bark, bark. Oh, Timmy's trapped in the well. Bark, 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 bark. Oh, it's 3 miles down. Turn left at the gas station. All right, thanks. Pronounce this.
Tyrants.
Josh?
They are.
Tearans. Okay. Todrick?
Terrines.
Terrines. All right. And if we actually had it next week, guaranteed. Chancey says.
So good. So good, Ryan. I love that. That's awesome.
So
I'm
good.
trying to tease her. Get back in here. All right.
I call it Terrans.
Wait. Okay, well, but these are. That's tear to you? This is Terrans? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Alright, pronounce this! K, Sedai.
Tear. It looks like tear to me. Or
What
tear.
do you do to paper?
Tear it. Tear it. Tear.
Yeah, it's not tears for fairs, Dan.
Tear paper.
Is it tears for fairs, Dan, or is it tears for fears? Totems.
I'm gonna go with tear. I kind of like tear.
But no, you can't just like it on the moment. What's your head canon when you read it? What do you think?
I say tear.
All right.
I'm digging tear.
Josh.
You know what? I'm digging tear.
You would.
Well, we love you, Josh. Simple and to the point.
Wait, did Josh go?
Tear.
Tear. All right. Just tear,
baby.
All right. Pronounce this.
Johanna.
John.
Jehanna. Yeah.
All right.
No, Hannah. If we take away the J-E, it's like the name Hannah, right? Not Johanna.
No, Johanna Matana. It's Johanna Matana.
Johanna.
All right.
Johanna, my mama.
It's Johanna Matana.
Johanna Matana.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry, Ryan. Pronounce this.
Kahuma Matata. Wait. Kahuma Matata.
Wait, what's happening?
Kahuma Matata.
They're lost
What's
in
happening?
the world. Hey, Josh, it's just us now.
Say it again.
Come on,
Wait, hold on. Kahuma Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Kahuna. Wait. Oh, K.
Hakuna Matata.
See.
Hakuna Matata.
She just saved me. See?
Ryan was drowning.
That's love right there. I was drowning.
Okay. Oh, I could have done that for 5 more minutes, Carissa.
Oh, that was.
We weren't looking for the right answer. We were looking for Ryan's answers.
All right.
Oh my god.
Katuna, Kaluka, Skinamana, Hukuna.
Mecca like a high, Mecca high. All right, pronounce this.
Ask your doctor if blank works for you.
That's what it sounds like, dude.
All right, wait, guys, breaking news. Mini Moo Little Cow from Twitch are only the second person coming on Twitch. I need some help. I'm looking for someone reversible. Do you guys happen to know anyone who is reversible? Josh,
Wait,
Josh, do you want to answer this question?
Reversible?
I think this is right up your alley. This is on the liminal sides of philosophy, Josh. Talk to me about reversibility.
I'm not sure. I mean, if you're a Mobius strip, you don't need to be reversible.
Hakuna Matata.
Oh shit.
Hakuna Matata?
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. Oh no. All right.
So good.
All right. Welcome, Mini Moo Little Cow. That's it. Keep asking questions. We'll keep answering them.
You know what, Ryan? I have a
We'll get back to that.
twice in my life I felt reversible.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have time to get into it, but yeah.
No, I know. I understand.
Like,
I understand. That'll be for the Patreons. All right. Hey, Kesai, pronounce this.
Oh, I thought I did while I was laughing hysterically. Yaldanin. Sorry, Yaldanin.
Josh.
Yaldanin.
Kesai, do you want another chance?
Fine.
Just kidding.
God.
Just kidding. No, just kidding.
You're mean. That was mean. Rude.
What if you had a different thought?
Huh. What if you had a different thought?
In Village Mattress. Gil Dan in.
Hi, Village Mattress.
Yes.
Gil Dan in.
Woohoo.
Akuna Yo Mama.
Oh, shit.
Off the fucking
Yo
ground.
I've used that one a lot lately.
Oh, shit.
All right, Todd.
Gildanin.
Just going with it. All right, that is. Pronounce this.
Beautiful.
Guys, my favorite segment. Do we lose Dan?
Dan, your mic's
Yeah.
muted.
Mic's off, Dan.
All right.
Dan,
We can't hear you, Dan.
Yep. It's all
I'm
right.
sorry. Thanks.
He's got more ash building up on his other lip.
Thank you. Well, yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on. His little fishing trip as they're on the way. And they find a village of Jara that they're going to visit, and that's the chapter name of chapter 8, and it has a wolf icon. We'll be doing chapter 8, 9, and 10 this coming week.
Yep.
And these chapters are actually pretty fucking cool. This is kind of the last of the boring chapters.
Getting into the good stuff now.
Yeah.
Get the good stuff.
I'm not saying there won't be more boring chapters, but
Okay,
this is the last
let's
of
get
them.
in here. Let's get in the shot. I want to take a screenshot. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
I heard it. What you
Beautiful.
Cha-ching. All right.
I should have gone on this side. I can't reach that way.
We'll work
So
on
yeah,
that.
this chapter there's not much to talk about, but I think we had some pretty good discussions about this stuff.
Lots of good discussions.
Sorry.
What do you want me to do, right?
Just be a professional.
Yep.
Yes, and.
Go on.
And everyone, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
This has been a great episode, guys. The dynamics of the three of us. The three of you guys is just it's a wonder to watch. It's a joy.
Just the three of us.
If I'm enjoying myself, I know the audience is enjoying themselves. Totems, I love you. Josh, I love you. Kesai Sadai, love you more than those two.
I love you all equally.
Yeah, so everyone, we have a Patreon. If you are so obliged, we would love for you to help us out. It means so much to us. If not, just give us a like and subscribe. That's always meaningful.
And also, Ryan, if I can, real fast, we've been
you.
talking a lot about Village Mattress. We've been promoting just how important sleep and a good mattress is. I went and traveled for the last 8 days to California. While the weather was great, the people around me were loving and fantastic.
So here you are driving.
Yeah, no, I flew, but yeah, I did drive
Japper.
while I was there too. The mattresses were horrible, and I did not sleep well. My back is still kind of recovering from the wretched mattresses in which I was subjected to, and it was a joy to come back home and actually
Is that why you're passed out on the beach when you should have been watching your kids sleeping?
My wife texted.
Landon?
She went to bed a little before I did. She said, "Our bed is glorious." Yeah. And this is what you can have. You can have this if you go to Village Mattress. Just tell them that we sent you, and then, get a goddamn glorious bed.
Yeah, man.
Get it.
VillageMattress.net. Just check out his inventory and then reach out to him personally. You could call or text Chris. His name is Chris. He actually has a real name. He's a real person. He's a great guy. 1-317-523-6831.
1-317-523-6831.
Let's try it again. 317-523-6831. That's not even close to it. Alright, we'll fix that in post.
Aerosmith.
317-523-6831.
Dude, I
Or
thought,
email him.
damn, I thought you sounded like Getty for a second.
No.
VillageMattress@gmail.com. If you're shy, you can email him. But seriously, just text him. He'll be cool. And if you want to talk theory, he's got some great theories about, I don't know.
Yeah, he's been on the show.
I don't want to spill it. I don't want to give his whole shtick away, but
His shtick.
Yeah,
but for reals, guys, look at these mattresses.
might
Look at
drop
this
some
sheet.
spoilers.
No, yeah, I slept so well last night. I didn't wake up until like after 10, to be honest. And I didn't even know. It was just like,
And you're old. You
fantastic.
wake up at like 6, like old people do.
yeah, I mean, it was 7 o'clock. Yeah, that time, but it was 10 o'clock my time. Anyway.
Anyways. Yay!
Yeah,
Yes, join us Sunday. We got a lot going on. Tavern Talk is up and running. 4 o'clock on Sundays. The first Sunday of every month is Watchinary. The last episode of the season is going to involve Mary and Ellen from Team Jordan. Is that right, Dan? Am I getting that correctly?
I am.
Those are not
I'm
the
going
names.
to say yep.
Nope. We'll get it. I know what it is. It's somewhere here. All right. So yes, Maria and Alan got it from Team Jordan. Will be joining us.
Mary and Ellen.
Yeah, that's really
That was
not even
close.
close. Yeah, close, kind of. Maria and Alan are going to join us on Watchinary for the last episode, which is next month. It's going to be an amazing episode. So many things are happening on this channel. Please subscribe, keep in touch, join us on Discord. Don't be a stranger. Dan, how do we sign out?
We say, I love you and I'm proud of you. You guys go read chapters 5 and 7. We'll see you next week. Until then,
we love you.
You
Good
get to
night.
reading, you filthy animals. I don't know. Yeah, you.
On it.